No, the streaming would be Facebook. Here we go. Oh. Oh, it's a party up in here tonight. Chili, my man, what is going on?
Nothing. What's happening?
Nothing. We are at show number 100.
Perfect. What? Wait a minute. What is okay? Like silver anniversary is 25 and gold is 50 or something like that. How does it work? What is 100?
I don't know. 100th? Let's look at that shit real quick. It is the Alfromdtown&Chohili 442 show. 100 of them. 100.
Mm-hmm. Comment in the chat. Congratulations, both of you guys, on your hard work and dedication. I don't know that it was hard work.
Yeah, no, it's really not.
I guess dedication. We've been consistent, I can say that.
Yeah, I mean, I took a little time off. It's our centennial anniversary. But did we have a leap year?
Let's not get carried away. Not that critical.
It doesn't say like what everybody should give us. Like maybe it's gold or maybe it's a Bugatti.
More like a handshake.
Wedding anniversaries. Here it is. All right. Although I mean, we're not.
If somebody
really
has a 100th wedding anniversary, I'd be really
man.
impressed.
Yeah, it don't go. Yeah, it does go that far. How in the hell is somebody gonna have 100th wedding anniversary?
My parents are at 60 something. I don't think they're going to make it that far.
Our 100th anniversary modern gift is a 10K diamond. Yes. We don't have no anniversary flowers though.
Oh wow.
But
honestly, I have an aunt and uncle. They've got to be close to 75 years.
No kidding.
Easy.
Wow.
I think she was 16 or 17 and he was like 18, and it's my mom's brother that's 13 years older than my mom, so he's got to be around 90.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they've had a lot of years. That's crazy.
Well,
I got to check on that.
One thing I wanted to do, and we'll get this out of the way first, I told Evan to call, and I said, make sure you got a shot, because this is our 100th show, so I thought I would just take a quick second to thank a few people, and it's a tie. It's between our listeners and then the guy that I do the show with, Chili 442. And when we started, I I guess I could go to the beginning. When I got into the radio thing, I just called in on a radio show, but I kept calling in like every day, and then he ended up asking me to do a show, and then I ended up going to Rocktown Radio. So Ray Lytle is the one that kind of got me into it. And then I met a guy named DJ Wolf, and he wanted me to DJ for him. Well, I did about 2 or 3 shows, and I liked it, but it was like it wasn't my thing. I'm not the DJ. I want to talk. So I was like, Evan lived right across the street from me, and I was like, hey, man, I'm doing this internet radio show. Why don't you sit in with me? And he was kind of reluctant at first and everything. And then I was like, I finally talked him into it, and we started off. We, you know, neither one of us really knew what the fuck we were doing. And, we got a following. And, a couple of them people still follow us to this day, and we appreciate you. And so me and Evan, we did that whole Rocktown thing, and then I kind of got in trouble one night for playing rap music. And me and Evan we were in his garage, and he said, he just kind of looked at me and says, why are we going by rules, and all this shit? And we talked about it, and he's like, let's just go off on our own. And we did. And we created D-Town Radio, and we had DJs with us. I think that caused a little rift between me and DJ Wolf, which I hate because he was a good dude, and I enjoyed the little bit of time I got to, be on his radio station and everything. But then, man, me and Evan just got in a glitch, and at the time we had another guy, Jay Maestro, that was with us, and we used the music where most of the DJs were just playing music and then coming in, hey, this is, here's Slipknot. Me and Evan decided to use the music as like commercials. So we would talk for a segment, then play 2 or 3 songs, give us a little break. We'd prepare for the next segment, and just went like that. Well, then it got to where the copyright. They started kind of cracking down on that. So yeah, by the time I was done, I was just like, I ended up shutting down D-Town. And
You found the drama of trying to run your own radio station.
yeah, and it was, it was a free station. Nobody was getting paid. And I was getting calls at my job I was working at, because DJs couldn't get along and shit like that. And I was like, bye. I ain't got to deal with this. So, and then I don't know, I think it was like around COVID or something. I kind of said to Evan, because at that time I was listening to a lot of podcasts and everything. Some of them just sucked. They'd just go straight to like whatever news thing and just read the headlines and talk about it. And I was like, man, there's got to be something better. And I'm not saying we're better than anybody, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We just decided to kind of do it, and now Tanner wants to play ball. And honestly, I couldn't think of anybody I would rather have been on this journey, not just through Rocktown, but D-Town Radio, and now this podcast. If it wasn't for Evan, I don't know if I'd done much of that. So I'm gonna pour me a shot, but here's my problem, Evan. I'm kind of redneck. I can't find a shot glass, so I'm gonna do a shot out of this little bitty measuring cup.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. No, I mean, this has been fun. It was fun to do years ago. I was reluctant going back into it because when we did the show, you were at the desk and I was sitting on the couch with my laptop and all that jazz. And, it was like we were hanging out. You could kind of feed off each other with conversation and everything. And I thought, how in the world are we going to do it through camera like this, through, Skype or whatever? I thought this would be hard to do. And it's really not. It's easier than I thought it would be, and it's been fun, and I've enjoyed it. And people that have really tuned in over the last 2 years know that I've gone through a sickness that, I mean, really kind of slapped me down. I mean, bedridden at times, and this show has kind of helped me keep focused. Things to talk about, things that are going on in the world, to keep paying attention to what's going on. Everything. I mean, this has really helped me get through it because I
Right.
mean it's been rough. So crawl out to the garage once a week, and put on a smile and do this for an hour. It's been a good time. It's been healing. Like I told you a couple weeks ago, I do this for me.
That's
I do this
right.
for us. And I figure, you wanted me to do it. I'm like, I'm going to be consistent. I'm not playing around. If we're going to do this, we're going to do this. That's the way I am about stuff. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it right, and I'm going to do it or I'm not.
That's right. That's right.
So here we are, 2 years later.
Yep. And the guy that made it happen is kind of in the chat room right now, Ray Lytle, and he kind of got me into it, and he always told me I was funny and shit, and he kind of gave me a confidence, to do my own show, and he made it with Dippa, me, and then there was another guy on there. But he's the one that brought us together and put a show together. And then after that first show, I was hooked. So Ray, thank you. We love you, brother. Evan, cheers to you. Let's do this shot.
Oh, absolutely. Cheers. You asked me if I had some. I'm like, man, I finished my Di Serono, but you know what sounded tasty? Some root beer schnapps I found in the bar. So I have so much
That was
stuff in
more
here
than a
that people
shot.
have brought for parties, and I don't even know what I have. So I was like, oh, look at that.
Well, here's to at least 50 or 100 more.
Oh, rock on, brother.
I already sucked mine down. It was a lot more than a shot. I really wish I'd had a shot glass.
Root beer schnapps tastes like root beer and scope.
Yeah, it does. And I did a shot of some coconut rum, but it's like it's not like serious stuff. It's like 40 proof. Or I got to
I
work
think
tomorrow, so I left the whiskey in.
yeah. So this is 40 proof, 20% alcohol, and the rest sugar.
I
Ooh,
Yeah, that now you're warm, ain't you?
not not a lot, but it feels good. I don't drink too much anymore.
Well, I tell you what, we got kind of we got two fun lists, I think. Um, and this one, I hate to say it, we're going to reveal some things to women about men.
Uh-oh.
These are 16 things men know, but will never reveal to ladies.
And we're gonna do it now.
We're going to do it now. So, ladies, I mean,
Get your
here you
get your
go.
paper and pencil out.
Men never forget a compliment. I
Hmm.
think that's true, and I'm going to tell you why. We don't get a lot of them.
True.
Nobody's ever looked at, my ragged ass shoes and said, "Hey man, those shoes go real well with those jeans, man. You really pulled it off today, Al."
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. I'd say women forget too.
Yeah, yeah.
If you could tell them, but they hear the negative a lot of times. And well, I told you to look, but they don't hear that. But hmm, interesting.
Uh, the next one is sometimes men fake confidence.
Yeah, like we're about to be in a fight.
Yeah, not. I think you almost have to though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one's kind of stupid. Men struggle to know when someone likes them.
quite often.
I think so too. You could have a dude. Yeah, look, I mean, if you flash your tits, he's gonna, that'll be a good indicator. But when it comes to feeling emotions and everything like that, a lot of men don't know how to read them. And so you could sit there with your girl. I'm giving him every sign, and sometimes it just takes showing your boobs, lady.
It's true. You got to be stronger. Women make the first move. Sometimes you got to.
Yeah,
We're dumb. We're dumb animals.
we are, and this next one proves it. Men can be friends for years and not know each other's real names. This is so true, man. I dated a girl. This had been years ago, but I had a good friend, and God, we called him Cooter or Critter. Cooter. We called him Critter. I did not know this dude's first name. And she's sitting there, and we went to his house for a bonfire, and he lived out on the outskirts of Moweaqua, which Moweaqua, Illinois is a small, well, back then it was a real small town. So he lived on the outskirts of a small town. If it, had few acres, and we'd go out there, do bonfires and four-wheelers. And she starts asking me all these questions. On the way home, she goes, she's like, what's his real name? And I was like, I don't know. She goes, where's he work? I don't know. I know motherfucker's gone for 8 hours and I don't hear from him. So I'm just like, I don't know. We drink beer. We burn shit. We ride four-wheelers. He told me to call him Critter. I said, hey, call me Al.
Yeah, I guess I've had some friends like that. I didn't really know their name.
Yeah, and I mean, we don't care shit.
Yeah,
Women know
doesn't
all
matter.
that. Women are usually the ones that know everything about if like if you're a couple and you're friends with that guy and your wife is friends with his wife, them wives know all about everything that's happening with you. The
Yeah,
men
well, yeah.
have no fucking clue.
Women talk a lot.
Oh, this is me right here. Men treat the head nod like a language. It is. and ladies, let me tell you, I'm when I am walking past you, and I kind of tip my hat, because I do that. I don't know why. I think I'm in the fucking 1930s or something. But I always kind of tip my hat. I'm not adjusting my hat. I'm no, bowing my head to you, ma'am. So I don't know why I do it either. But
That's
yeah, the head
interesting.
nod, if you know, and I can teach you a few of them. Rednecks, Ohio. This is country boy shit right here. Um, if it's like a yeah, the head will go up. It'll nod up. Yeah.
Hmm.
Or if somebody calls your name, what's up?
Hmm.
Now, if it's like if you got to go and kind of somewhere you don't want to go and you still got to say yes, like if the wife asks you to take her, you know, rummage sailing or something, and you don't want to do it, you're like, she's like, will you drive me? You're like, yeah. But you really mean no, but you can't, you can't say no. So yeah,
Right.
I think the head nod is a language. I can read it.
Never thought about it.
Now this one is for Evan. Some men like being given flowers too.
Oh yeah, way to get to my heart.
Yeah, send him a sunny side bouquet tomorrow, listeners.
That'd be nice.
I'm not. You know what? And maybe it's the kind of people that I hang out with. But if you sent any of them flowers, if you're not a girl, you're going to be fighting. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I've never had anyone give me flowers.
Men don't like to put their worries onto other people.
That's true.
Yeah. Men don't go to the gym just to look good for women.
Yeah, I can agree with that. There's some guys the gym I couldn't go just to see those dudes in the mirror just obsessed with themselves.
Oh,
Like I would be just so disgusted. Like, really, is this what we're down to? It's just
you
not
know,
my thing.
you know what? And the ladies will not understand this, but every man listening right now, men pick their urinals they use out in public very carefully. We do. And you know what? We'll walk up and down that aisle like we're at a used car shop. Be like, all
Like we're
right,
buying cattle.
that one's got a little pee on the floor. Let me check out this other one right here. And if they don't look good, we start hitting the doors and, you know. I don't know about you. I don't touch like the door going into the shitter.
I don't like to touch anything.
No, so I kind of use my feet a lot in them bathrooms. I
You
kick
know that was
doors and shit.
that
Kicking
was the good thing about
doors.
COVID is they would leave the doors open to the bathroom at work. I was like, thank you. You don't have to touch it.
Yes. And oh my God, ladies, please, please, please listen to this one right here. Communicating with men is easier if you are direct. Don't beat around the bush. If we ask you what is wrong and you say nothing, you know what? We're like, woo! Inside our brain, we got a little dude in there and it goes, woohoo! She ain't pissed. Go play some Madden 25.
I know you're upset. I just want to know, does it have anything to do with me?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to know if I am on the hook or not. Did I do something wrong or if you're upset with a friend, your mom, whatever, your job, okay. I just want to know, is it
This
me or not?
this goes back, ladies, to men not being able to read emotions. You cannot tell us no, everything's fine. And we'll be like, all right, I'm going to go to the bar with my buddies. You got to understand what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
We are grown children, pretty much. If you leave men alone, we try to blow shit up. We start fires, you know. This
Yeah.
one.
We're natural problem solvers too. And if you say that nothing is wrong and you keep saying nothing is wrong, you give us nothing to work with and we can't fix it. Now, do we sit around in misery with you or do we go drinking with our friends? Guess what we're gonna do?
Go
You
drinking with
gotta
our
open
friends.
you gotta open up and have some communication.
Yeah, yeah. Because we're not going to sit there and I know what you're expecting. You're expecting that Prince moment where he grabs your hand and his hair's flowing in the wind from some fan that ain't there and all this shit and his shirt's unbuttoned. He's no, beautiful. I can tell something is wrong. No, that shit ain't gonna happen. He's gonna be like, okay, duh, 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 duh. This is
We're
this is me. Men think about the dumbest things when they're bored. Well, yes, that's why so many men die every year.
What if I mix this and this inside of a container?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what?
there's a lot to it.
Uh, okay. Sometimes when they pee, the stream breaks into two.
It can happen.
It does. It does. Ladies, you have no idea.
It's a weird physics.
Yeah. They like to be childish sometimes.
Well, yeah, we're big kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah. Now, see, this one I kind of agree with. They fear they are loved for their value not for who they are.
That's true a lot of times. Yeah. Quit bringing home the bacon and see how it goes.
I
Yeah.
just read the last one. We're almost at the last one. Men can get lost in their own thoughts. They aren't ignoring you. That is true. Ladies, if you're giving your dude a bunch of things that like you want him to do and he's not replying to you right now, just remember he's trying to file all that down, in his head, and you know, we're getting there. I
Hmm.
think the woman is, their brains. I With women I've been with anyway, their brains kind of work a little faster than mine. So they can be shooting all this shit out, and I'm trying to take it in. I'm like, hold up. I better get a pencil and a piece of paper.
Oh yeah.
This one is the most important and the very last one. Women, we have no control over what we do in your dreams. You don't know how many arguments I used to get into because I'd wake up and some chick would be like, "Hey, I had a dream did this to my sister." I'm like, "Your sister lives in Arizona."
Yeah.
So, there's that one, Evan. That one was pretty good.
That pretty interesting thoughts.
But
Hmm.
now, Evan, I also, and I didn't know if you were ready. Man, I don't know what the hell that dude just put in the chat room.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Spam. Submit.
Yeah.
We're getting him out of here. Don't worry. I'm sorry about that, folks. So anyway, did you want to do your Black Friday thing?
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was just something interesting to talk about, the this transition. I'm always been intrigued with the Black Friday thing. I mean, I'm in the low 50s, and growing up that wasn't something that I remember being huge at all. And then after getting out of my own, like on holidays, my sisters would come visit or whatever, and they with their kids, and like we always sat around. It was always family stuff, so it was really thought it was bizarre when I found all these families, camping out overnight, going out Thanksgiving night, going out in the cold and staying all night, and waiting for these deals in the morning. I'm like, I just always thought this is insane. So watching this over the last, 10, 15 years, you've every year you see the videos, the fights and everything, and now. And I don't know if things are coming to a crashing halt or if it's just effect of COVID, but this year it sounds like it was a bust. I mean, I didn't leave the house. I didn't go, shopping around to see, to verify everything. But I asked you, Al, if you saw anything. You went to one store and you saw there was a line, but going through watching videos on TikTok, all these people like in Walmart at like 8 in the morning, and it's dead.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing about this is that it's almost watching the people there. There was no deals.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, I think
It,
online shopping has killed Black Friday over the years. Even before COVID, it wasn't like it used to be. I mean, look, man, remember when your grandma and your mom was fucking not yours, but I'm just saying there was grandmas and moms like coming off the top turnbuckle for a Cabbage Patch doll. I mean, they were
yeah,
fighting. It was like WWE in that.
and that's what I'm talking about. It was a two-part thing. I mean, the people wanting the crazy deals, and I understand when you're really broken, your kid, if you get your kid that video game for half price or
Right.
whatever, I guess you have to do what you have to do. But this year it was like corporations didn't even try. Watching all these people go to the stores and then they pull back like the tags and be like, ooh, super sale, $49.99, and it would be like behind it there would be a tag that said everyday low price $49.99. And this one woman, she pulled the sticker off. It was $108 sticker, and it was more, and it showed like they're whatever they're 60% off. It always at Kohl's, it always shows their chart. So she's like, okay, so this would be 60 something dollars. She pulled the sticker off. It had a clearance sticker on it for $48 that they would took off the clearance rack, doubled the price, like it's like corporations are like, are they not even trying? Or are they just like thinking, okay, let's people will buy anything. Let's just
Yeah.
not even. I This year was like everybody sat it out, and
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 I don't understand that either. Unless they're like I said, unless they're buying online, or if people
well,
are just cutting back on the holidays this year.
I think there's been a lot of online talk about boycotting Black Friday this year. Going back like through some TikTok stuff, but I didn't think it was that huge. But then I started to really search it up, and I was like, people are really it's like a protest almost. I mean, people are really growing broke. That's another thing. I mean, credit card debt is at an all-time high. People's credit limit, how many days they look at, how many days the population as a whole has on credit, and it's like it's getting closer to that threshold. So we've got a two-part thing here. People just don't have the money for all the crazy stuff. But like I said, the companies weren't even trying to get people in the door and offer, the big deals, I don't know. Maybe there's nothing to hype these days. It used to be TVs were the big deal. Oh, I can get a 42-inch TV for so much money. And now it's like somebody these days people give you a 42-inch TV because they went to a 60, or whatever. So I don't know. I've just been amazed this year that it's like, is this a sign of things to come? Did everybody set things out this year, or did people just finally wake up and say, enough of this crazy consumerism? We're not about it. Be- you, to go back, you mentioned online sales. So I looked up, and they said online sales increased 7.5% this year,
Oh, no
and
kidding.
I'm like, so that is a significant jump. But I'm like, that enough to offset the stores, the loss of sales in stores, and I think, okay, who is this really going to hurt? Is it going to hurt the employees? I was like, I don't know. The target people, they're there no matter if they're selling, a couple 100 million a day or whatever.
Right,
They're
right.
staffed, they're, I don't know what not 100 million, but where I'm coming from. Their
Yeah.
people aren't paid commission at Target and Walmart and so forth. So, I don't know. This is just really being an interesting thing, and I don't think it's been declined for that much. I mean, COVID, I think there were still the Black Friday campers and everything, weren't there, the last couple years? Or is this something that just disappeared?
I don't know.
It's
I don't
it's
know.
it
But
it's an
there,
interesting change, though, isn't it?
yeah, but I seen people up in Peoria, like lined up at the Bass Pro Shop this morning.
Really?
Yeah, and they probably had fishing lures on sale, and
I guess. Hmm. It's been I don't know, been an interesting change. Just like I said, a lot of people on TikTok going to stores and showing the parking lots empty at Walmarts and Targets and everything, and in the morning, and maybe a couple people at the door, and then people that go in, they're not buying. They're not. There's no rush. There's no deals. I don't. I guess I'm glad to see this end.
yeah, it was kind of sad.
It was
It
getting out of control. It was
yeah,
really
it just kind
so.
of I don't know, but
It's
anyway,
weird
Evan,
how quick traditions can change.
that is true. We I tell you what, we're not going to go all the way through this other list, but I read through some of these, and I think I might be a older woman. These are 22 things women get annoyed with as they get older, and I'm not going to lie. You know, I went through a little bit of this list, and I agreed with like all of them. I was like, "Damn, am I an old lady?" Um, but here we'll grab a couple of them real quick before we get to weird and wacky news from around the world. This is the only one I didn't get. Loud music. Oh,
Yeah, that's an old. Yeah, as you get older.
Yeah, and I mean, I like some. I like my music loud. I
Right,
don't.
unless it's yours.
Yeah. Um, uncomfortable shoes. I think everybody hates uncomfortable shoes. I don't think you have to be an older woman.
But younger women deal with it.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, they wear them heels and shit like that. Crowded places. That is so me. If it's
Mm,
crowded, I don't go. I don't do
yeah.
festivals very well. I don't do if I go to concerts, I make sure I have a seat where I can sit down and it's my space.
Yeah.
My days of going like into like general admission, standing up for a concert, that shit's done and over with. I'll be sitting on the car hood listening to that shit.
No doubt.
Long checkout lines, also my biggest bitch. It's like you got Kmart or Walmart has their whole front from one door to the other is nothing but checkout lines, and they have two open.
They want to force you through the U scans.
So see why I said I feel like an old woman? Bad weather. I don't like bad weather either.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's an older thing. Yeah.
it is, and we do bitch about the weather. I think the older we get.
I thought about it more how we look at the weather so much. And it used to be back in the days, everybody, no matter what you piled in the car, you went to grandma's at Christmas or whatever. And it's like nowadays with all our Doppler, like, oh, there's a blizzard coming. We don't want any part of that. Where it used to be, you had blind faith that "Yeah, I'm going to make it."
Yeah. This one, complicated technology. I real, I try to keep, my finger on technology. So I don't, that don't really bother
Hmm.
me. Nosy
I can,
neighbors,
yeah.
social media drama.
Oh, yeah. Some like to stir it, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, you know what? And some of them older ladies are the worst at it. They say and the ones that usually are the ones that say they hate drama. If a chick posts all the time, I don't want no drama, I hate drama, she's the one causing most of that shit. Just saying.
She's the center of it. She's the
Yes.
absolute center.
Wasting time. Yep. I am Look, I walked out of the ER. They had to call me because look, hey, I ain't got time to be sitting here. Y'all came in and saw me, said, told me what I had, and said, okay, somebody will be come here in a minute to see you. Man, it was almost an hour. Man, I got dressed and got my shit. I walked out. They called. They were like, Mister,
Mhm.
you weren't released yet. And I was like, well, do you need me to come back? They said, no, where do you want your prescriptions? I said, Walgreens. They were like, man, I got time to mess around. I don't care. I ain't waiting to be released.
I
Shit.
released myself.
Yeah. I ain't in prison, am I? Am I court ordered to stay up in this motherfucker? Nope, I'm gone.
Right.
You know what's wrong. You know the pills I need. You know. You know my address to send the bill. That's all we got to do. Did I need to talk to an exiting nurse or something? How did you enjoy your stay here? It fucking sucked. You guys shot me in the ass with something.
And the anal probe was very cold.
Yeah. I know I asked for it, but shit. You guys could have warmed it up or something.
Yeah.
Uh, the list goes on. Clutter, wasted food,
Wasted food. Yeah.
unrealistic beauty standards, small talk. Older women do not like to small talk.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
lack of sleep. See, I mean, I think I'm
An
gonna
older
have
lady.
to. I think I'm gonna have to, classify myself as an older woman now. Cause I
Mm.
match. I'm 85% old woman, Evan.
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. There's your list for today.
I thought it'd be more stuff about men's behavior, stuff that men do. Hmm.
No, I know. I can't believe it wasn't. Because it must not have been written by a woman. A dude must have wrote that. I should have looked. I closed it out already. But
Oh well.
Evan, we don't have much news from around the world. Uh, we don't get political on the show, so we stay away from everything that's pretty much going around. But we do dig deep to find the weird and wacky news from around the world. And this, this first story, Evan, I'm kind of mixed on. I'm kind of torn on this story. I want to root for the guy, but he did something horrid. Man charged after allegedly trying to kill someone for eating all the tacos.
It was like, what was it? Office party? How'd this go down?
Let
But
me.
it is understandable. I mean,
I,
it kind of is.
this was in West Virginia. A man has been charged with trying to, kill somebody. Let's see. Who stated that Mr. Martin became irate due to them eating all the tacos. At the time, Martin went into the bedroom and retrieved a 22 caliber semi-automatic rifle. The victim ran upstairs because he knew he did wrong after seeing Martin with the rifle. He fired the gun into the staircase where he had just been. A witness to the incident said that Martin called him earlier in the evening and stated, "I just shot at so and so. I don't think I won't get the 12 gauge and blow his fucking head off."
You said you weren't hungry.
It does not say what kind of tacos they were. I
They
wonder
must
if
have
they
been
were
some serious tacos.
Yeah, they had to be. They had to be homemade. You
Not
don't
Taco
try to
Bell.
kill somebody over like a Taco Bell taco.
No.
But if that shit's like homemade, and you put the cilantro and the onion, and stay away from that flour tortilla bullshit. Use the corn ones for street tacos. Yeah, that's what if they were there, I'm with the dude. Now, if I find out it was like Taco Bell, I'm going to, I can't. Yeah, the dude needs to go to jail for life.
Yeah. He's a danger to society.
I think so, too. Texas woman blinds sugar daddy with detergent after he refuses to give her $2,000, police say.
You got to pay your girls.
Yeah. So she's probably single, to all you fellas out there. Kaylee was arrested earlier this week in San Antonio. I heard they make good salsa there. And charged with a felony count of robbery. Court documents indicate a 61-year-old man connected with Medina on the dating app Seeking in October. No, it's got the dating app's called Seeking. I apologize. The plans were made for a dinner meeting on November 11th, Veterans Day, Evan.
Imagine.
The encounter went well with no issues. And then following the date, they had no plans of meeting up with her again. Then on November 21st, she showed up at the victim's house around 2:30 a.m. He allowed her to come inside, have some drinks. At some point, she asked him for $2,000. When he said, "I do not have that kind of money," she became irate and went and grabbed detergent and threw it in his eyes. It does not say what kind of detergent. I'm a Gain man myself. I like Gain detergent, Evan. He
Think we're
was.
tied, but yeah, that would
Oh,
burn.
okay. Yeah. The victim was taken to the area hospital with chemical burns to his eyes and cuts on his legs. He has since been released.
They say pimping ain't easy. I guess they're right.
Yeah.
I always
Police.
thought it was easy.
Oh, shit. Police say this isn't the first time Medina has been in legal trouble. In 2020, she was arrested and charged with a bar shooting incident in San Antonio's West Side. She has also been arrested several times for driving while intoxicated.
Dang.
Wait a minute. Ain't she like 23? 26. Okay. So you sugar daddies out there, you better watch that. 61-year-old man out with some 26-year-old. Come on, Grandpa. You kind of deserve that shit.
Yeah. Good money to be made. I was just watching a documentary about that in Vegas. This ex prostitute, and she was saying that this guy had 5 or 6 girls working for him. And she said, "How much would you make in a night?" And she was saying 5 to 15,000. He's like, "How much would you give you?" And he's like, "Nothing,
Huh.
unless I need it. Unless I needed something like clothes or this or that. But nothing, nothing." And I'm like, "Wait a minute. He's got 5 girls and he's making 5 to 15 a night. Holy moly, a
Well,
night!"
I'm glad you brought that up, Evan. Our next story: angry wife's wild brothel protest after husband's sex binge.
He spent all our money in the whorehouse.
A wife has threatened to protest outside a brothel in the Gold Coast after her husband spent $6,000 on a 7-hour sex bender. Jesus Christ.
He blue pilled that.
The man all day he was snorting that shit.
The doctor says if you have erection for more than 4 hours, seek a professional. She's a professional.
The man attended the Pentagon Grand where he had intercourse with 2 workers and paid for service upgrades, including fetishes and fantasies.
I want the upgrade package.
The manager of the brothel said the man paid for the first hour with cash because he did not want his wife to know. When he wanted to continue the X-rated bonk bonanza, he tried so using a bank transfer, but eventually ended up using a credit card when the bank transfer said pending.
Oh my God.
After 7 hours of sex workers, they were too tired to continue and the man left. I think you're right, Evan. There was performance enhancement.
Something was going on.
His irate wife later turned up at the brothel with her husband in tow, claiming he had been drunk and on drugs and had no recollection of the incident.
He's like, "I hope you're horny because I got a boner and I wore out 2 prostitutes already." Look at this, honey. You could cut glass with it.
Oh my God.
What a man.
It does not say I don't think that she got her money back. The woman is mad about the $6,000. Take it up with your husband, not us, is what the brothel owner ended up saying. So there you go.
You want the money back? You come work here.
Yeah.
Stick it to him.
I don't get this. I love the headline, though. Pro-Palestinian activists protest of Victoria's Secret's outlet in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, yeah. They're targeting things that don't matter. Yeah.
Car-sized tumbleweed made quite a scene on a California highway, Evan.
A giant tumbleweed?
Yes. I bet you want to see this, don't you?
Kind of.
Oh, well, I'm going to show it to you, Evan. Give me 1 second, folks. Boom. And look at the size. It's bigger than a car, Evan. And this tumbleweed luckily did not stay on the ground very long and went right over.
Oh, geez, that is huge. Oh, that's wild. I have that blow across your car.
What's it say there? Car size tumbleweed. But yeah, I don't think it shut down traffic too long, Evan.
That's pretty cool. Oh, I'd hate to hit that. Yeah, it'd scratch your stuff up.
I think that is about it. Oh, no, though. There's this one. Or is that on my Dave? Make sure. No. Okay, it's not. Trespassers accidentally locked themselves in a cell, Evan.
A jail cell?
This one is from right over the river, St. Louis, Missouri. 3 trespassers had to be rescued by police Thursday after locking themselves in a jail cell inside a shuttered city jail. So,
oh, wow.
There you go. They had to call 911. Police helped free the men from the cell. And then, Evan, they arrested them. The men face possible charges for property damage, burglary, and stealing. An investigation is going on. See, if they would have just went in there and looked around and shit. Because I like doing that. I like going in abandoned buildings and checking that stuff out.
Oh, yeah.
But
that's gold.
And that is it for weird and wacky news. And you guys know how we end it every week. We go and see our buddy Dave Moreland at bozocriminal.com. And this one today, Evan, they must have been double stuffed. This is a Thanksgiving Eve. Bozo Criminal is from where, Evan?
Florida.
Yes. In the senior division, any of us that are married may be able to relate to this one. Our 70-year-old Bozo became upset when his wife upset with his wife when he discovered that once again, so it didn't happen once, Evan. Once again, the coffee maker had no water in it.
Oh, no.
The spat quickly escalated, and our Bozo picked up the first weapon he could find. A package of Oreos. Yep, he threw a package of Oreos at her, allegedly knocking her down. Strongest 70-year-old man on the planet. He's knocking bitches out with Oreos. Police could find no injuries, but our Bozo was arrested and charged with domestic violence anyway. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Man, I'd like to see that police report. Can you imagine being that judge and then come into court and the guy's charged for assault with a package of Oreos?
And it does not say if they were double stuffed or not. Which are that's
leave a bruise.
Yeah, that's the only Oreo to get. If you eat regular Oreos, I'm pretty sure you're communist.
Yeah, double stuff would have definitely left a mark.
Yeah. But anyway, there you go, folks. There's your news, your weird and wacky news for the night.
Very nice.
That ought to get you going at work. Give you some. And let me tell you something. You know what is funny, Evan? That most of the news stories that we talk about end up in the news cycle during the week. Like 2 or 3 days later. Where in the hell is our Pulitzer?
I don't know. We bring the news first.
We're dropping knowledge, yo.
Mm-hmm. Bringing it to the people.
But Anyway, that's all I. Oh no, hold on. No, that's a taco story. I got to find out. We are going to stay on top of this taco story because
Oh yeah.
if they were Taco Bell tacos, I'm gonna write a letter to the governor. Saying he needs all the time he can get. If they were homemade, like carne asada or something like that, I'm gonna, start a petition for his release immediately.
If they were Taco Bell, give him the chair or
Yeah,
eject him. I
firing
had ta-
squad.
I had Taco Bell this week and or about a week ago, and it was the worst ever.
Yeah, it's
Just got
not
some
the.
regular tacos and a thing of nachos, and it's like this is the most bland.
Yep.
I don't know. It was absolutely horrible, and I'm not hard to please. I mean, I eat anything, and this was at the limit of wow. This is what they're serving. Horrible.
Yeah, it is. It's
Our food supply, but that's another story.
yeah. We don't want to get all, you know, crazy and shit on our 100th show, Evan.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up on a positive note.
Yeah. And on a positive note, um, Evan talked about Black Friday. We're going to start doing a little segment where every week Evan is going to have a topic, and he's either going to be happy go lucky and it's going to make you feel good about yourself, or he's going to go off. And so you'll just not you'll just have to tune in and see what's in Chili's bowl. What's in your what's in your bowl tonight, Chili?
What's in the chili bowl? Okay. Well, I hope to come up with something. I get ideas at times. I don't know. I don't want to get the people too excited and then let them down.
Oh, they listen to us. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I think
Yeah.
their level of like letdown has pretty much hit the bottom, Evan.
Yeah. Their expectation is very low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell,
Hmm.
this ain't our normal shit,
No.
you know. But
All right. So I got something to work on. Yeah.
yeah, so there you go. Tune in next week, kids, and then we'll be at show 101. And we're not even at 9 o'clock yet. We gotta find something else to talk about real quick.
For 2 minutes.
For two, well, we can go. We should go a little over, because we used to do the after show. We do our regular podcast there for a while, and then we did the after show
Hmm.
where we'd find a topic.
Then we backed off because we were scared that we'd scare people away with us being so long winded.
Yeah, that's true. Um, so anyway, Thanksgiving was this weekend. We hope you guys got to spend some time with some family, and some of you had extended weekends, and you will be going back to work tomorrow. I worked Friday, so it ain't gonna be no big deal for me. I enjoyed my last couple days, and I was kind of lazy, man. It was just for me. It was a chill weekend, you know.
Nice.
And but yeah, other than that, man, we hope you guys had a lot of turkey. That's the only thing I missed. I really wanted to deep fry a turkey this year. I didn't even care if anybody came over to eat it. I just wanted it in my fridge because I am sorry, the best thing about Thanksgiving is a leftover turkey sandwich. That
That's
that is
true.
the best.
Yeah, that's true.
So, anyway, folks, we're going to go ahead and call it show 100. Evan, please say something to these beautiful people that follow us and listen to us and like us and keep tuning in every Sunday or whenever they catch a show.
Well, you said it. Yeah. Well, thank you all for tuning in for us for 2 years, listening to us. We're not comedians. We're we're just a couple of dudes just trying to have fun, and it's great. It's awesome. There's some people out there that appreciate us, and thank you all. Thank you very much. I mean, I always say it every week. Have a wonderful week. But
Hey,
thank you and
that's
get
your
out there.
catchphrase, brother. Keep using it. That's your shit.
Oh yeah, and be good. That's what I always just say. Be good.
Be
Be
good.
good. And but you always Alan always says be good to one another, and that's you got it right there.
Yep. And I want to, I know I thanked Evan. Evan's not only Evan's not my friend. Evan's my brother. He's my friend. I'd do anything for him. But most important about this show is you guys. And without you, we didn't expect to get 20 listeners. And the fact that we get hundreds of views every week, and we get some on the YouTube channel, and man, it's kind of humbling, that you guys would want to check us out and give us an hour of your time every week. And that's why, we don't want to talk politics and shit like that and stuff that's going to separate. What me and Evan are trying to bring us all in together and just have a little fun, before we got to start a work week. And, if you don't work, then, you get to start a week of sitting around and watching Price is Right. But, whatever it is, we just want to bring, some kind of peace into your life in a very, very negative world. And, we hope we do that for you. And we appreciate and we love that you guys tune in to us and check us out. So until next week, you know what I say. Peace. We love you. Be good to one another.
Later.